right now, you are tuned in at the right time because we have what I call a situation going on with our Lazy Boy Today's Special Value. Hi everybody, I'm Jen Coffey, and as you can see, I clearly have the hardest job in the world. Just kidding, I am relaxing right now on memory foam, which is embedded inside of this genuine leather Today's Special Value from Lazy Boy. Only here's the problem, and it is multi-layered. For one, this is going to be the only leather Lazy Boy that we offer for the entire year. Please note, I did not say today's special value. I mean this right here, luxurious, soft, supple leather from a brand that's been around for almost 100 years, that has been here at QVC for many years. Usually we have multiple today's special values throughout the year, and maybe many of those are leather as well. But we're in a different year right now where furniture across the board is hard to come by. So we get to boast exclusivity. We get to boast an incredible value, but what I unfortunately as your host does not get to boast about is availability. Because we had more color choices than you're seeing in front of me right here at the start of the day. We had plenty in our inventory. In fact, we even had advanced orders on all of our color choices. And now you are looking at what is possibly your last look of the entire day. I know our friend Dave Venable was supposed to have 2 long presentations. That is now 1 short presentation in his show later on. So folks, now is the time. By the way, if you are one of the 160,000 Lazy Boy owners already here from QVC, give us a call at 1-800-395-1601. Now you have 3 choices in color, and you have 2 choices in model, and by that I mean it's all the Rowan, what you're seeing, but you can choose between the manual recliner or the power recliner, which a lot of you are doing as well. Let me take you through colors, and then we'll talk about why this is something we're so proud to have here at QVC from a value perspective, and also how fast we can ship it to you. Okay, in front of me here, 3 classics. They're gonna fit in any home, but fortunately for you, you get to choose between the 3 right now. This darkest of all your choices is called the Walnut. So think of it as a rich bordering on dark chocolate brown. In the Walnut though, we have 4 dozen in the manual. Wait, sometimes I start saying what I hear in my ear and then I realize mid-sentence how absurd it is. 4 dozen in the Walnut that we can ship immediately in the manual. In the Power, 150. That we can ship right away. And if I remember correctly, there is a teeny tiny small advanced order after that. Please do not think that that means after we sell out of the immediate ship opportunity that we unleash thousands and thousands of these in an advanced order. I'll break that down for you again in just a little bit. This is called the Red. The Red manual ships in April now, April 2nd. And we have 10 of those. In the Power, still shipping now, but only about 5 dozen. All right, leather, memory foam, full recline, lumbar support, which is my favorite function. And then over here, we're gonna have what's called the Chestnut. Both ship immediately, fewer than 100 in each. I'm supposed to spend the entire hour talking to you about our today's special value. And as limited as we're looking at right here, on this, the only leather, not just today's special value, but leather recliner from Lazy Boy for the entirety of 2021, let's break down your value. And here's where I'm going to brag on behalf of Lazy Boy. Molly Mincy will be here in just a second to brag even more. The price that you are paying for the manual version breaks down to an easy pay of $219.80. If you are using your Q card, it's $61 a month. I'll explain. Now, the Power XR Plus recliner, $331.80 is your easy pay. By the way, that price is lower than the manual version price at Lazy Boy retailers. If you're using your Q card on that, $92 a month. You are saving up to $800 off of retail. Here's why I was breaking it down per month with the Q card. We are offering 18 months of interest-free special financing. So if you purchase this today, the shipping is included. You can spread it out over 18 months. Love it or return it within 30 days. And gosh, guys, haven't you earned it this year? The comfort that has become synonymous with Lazy Boy, with elevated features that basically is like you purchasing a custom vehicle with all of the upgrades without the upgraded price. 2,100 orders have already been placed today. And this is potentially your last look of the entire day on the only leather recliner we will offer from La-Z-Boy for the entire year. Oh, by the way, that leather, if you're looking at it and going, yeah, that's great, Jen, and I know leather's so luxurious, but I have pets, and I have kids or grandkids, or I'm a bit of a mess myself, Jen Coffee, and spills things. We're gonna demonstrate for you in just a little bit how even red wine is no match for this La-Z-Boy. It is meant to last a lifetime. It even has that warranty. All right, so we're about to go to a split screen here, which is downright comical. Because there's Molly Menti. She's been representing La-Z-Boy here at QVC for many years. Here's me, Jen Coffee, and we're quote unquote working right now, which is a bit laughable. But Molly, congrats on a fantastic Today's Special Value. Everybody's flipping out of it. I think it's frankly long overdue. A lot of folks, I'm sure, waiting for the La-Z-Boy TSV. And the response has been overwhelming. In part one, yes, because La-Z-Boy, we already know this is a brand that we can trust, assembled in the USA. But ultimately, I think it's the price. It's the price for everything that you've put together for our customers that can ship right now, as opposed to waiting 6 months, 7 months, 9 months to get a piece of furniture. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you, my friend. You know, I'm so excited, and thank you guys. You guys have asked us. It's been years since we have done a leather La-Z-Boy, and as you said, we're not going to have another one this year, and the response has been what we thought, because it's something you guys, the customer, the QVC customer, has asked for, and this is a marrying of two great brands, right, Jen? This is us pre-planning with all of the back work that came from QVC and La-Z-Boy, pre-planning to have this leather La-Z-Boy available during these unprecedented times. Because if you've tried to shop for almost anything, especially in the furniture world, especially as we've all kind of been home and our homes have become so much more, we're working at home and living at home. My son's kindergarten is zoomed through our home. You know, all of this has been in our home. I think it's so incredible that we were able to plan this out, because people have really wanted leather furniture. And if you're looking even at lazyboy.com, it says that 5 to 9 month lead time. And the fact that these chairs are in the QVC warehouses right now and are available in 1 to 3 weeks with all the bells and whistles, as you mentioned, it's insane. And I think you guys are offering that 30-day trial. It's just crazy. I mean, these are custom pieces of furniture, and when they're put together, as you said, in the La-Z-Boy, if you get them from La-Z-Boy, then you own your custom piece of furniture. But then we've done things that are just so incredible, like the highest end power. And then this, which is totally new, Jen. This is side kick leather, which is not just our normal supple pebble-like leather that you're seeing here, but leather that, as you mentioned, cheers, you can spill red wine, and a generous amount of red wine. And as my son would say, that would be a disaster. My son Harrison always likes to use that word, but not here. You can roll it around like mercury, and then just take a dry cloth, wipe this up. You know, this is not just such a soft, supple, pebbled piece of leather, but it rates 5 out of 5 for things like wine, coffee, chocolate, tea. And with my 2 little boys, this is probably more apt of what might happen in my home. This is ketchup on a soft pebbled leather. Think of your pebbled shoes or pebbled bags, how gorgeous they are. You'd be very concerned if you spilled this much ketchup on it, right? Instead, I can take a dry cloth and just look at this. It wipes up on what we did have as our lightest color, wipes right up, nothing goes through to the other side. And if something is spilled, say the kids or grandkids spill something, or yourself, and you don't catch it, don't worry about that gorgeous pebbling, because you can get in there with sidekick leather, with this innovation from La-Z-Boy, and scrub this. Think about what that means for pet stains or kid stains, or our, as you mentioned, ourselves. Every time I try to have a glass of wine, I tend to fall asleep in my recliner at this stage of my life. And then nothing lives with the life of your chairs. Remember, people call us all the time, right? And tell us that they've had their chairs for 25 years, for 40 years, and they've loved them, and nothing lives with your life of the chair. You know, an old leather, our
Molly,
grandparents' leather,
this is the piece of furniture that outlasts a refrigerator, it outlasts the sofa, it outlasts. I mean, when we present beds, we talk about a 10-year lifespan, right, on your bed. People have purchased La-Z-Boys over 20 years ago They own them to this day. The only reason they ever get rid of them is to upgrade, and this is as upgraded as it gets. Soft, supple leather, water resistant, stain resistant, everything cleans right up. That is memory foam through and through. My favorite feature, which I will be demonstrating after I go through these color choices again, is the lumbar feature on that Power XR that can actually lift into the small of your back and relieve those aching muscles and joints. But here's what you need to do. And I'm not usually like, hi, here's the TSV. You need to order it immediately, right? Take some time, think about it. And of course, you have that freedom at least for a little while, because it's a whole different story when I present to you at 1 p.m. Here we are, 6:11 in the evening, counting you down on what's available. 3 color choices. Here it is in the walnut. Walnut ships now in both choices, fewer than 4 dozen in the manual, and a little over 100 in the Power XR. And we're going to break down that remote control, that power feature here in just a little bit. Most folks, they start out thinking, I'll get the manual, right? That's what I grew up with. And then they realize they can't live without the power, the remote option. We'll talk about that. Here it is in the red. Manual ships April 2nd. There are 6 of them left. We broadcast in approximately 110 million homes. Power XR still ships now, but only about 5 dozen. Then we move into the advanced order on that one. Okay, and then over here, this is your chestnut. Both of them shipping now. 4 dozen in the manual, 100 in the power. Folks, those are teeny tiny numbers. So is the price, frankly. When you compare it to 2 things. 1, the usual price at Lazy Boy. And 2, comparing it to how much it would be if you were to upgrade all of this yourself any year from Lazy Boy, and then having to wait 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, or 9 months. And we're not just making those numbers up. Lazy Boy themselves are saying, you know what? Ships are stuck. Things are overseas. The world is moving at a slower pace. It takes a lot longer to get what you need. Here at QVC, we thought of this ahead of time. They're in the warehouses now. They are shipping now. We'll talk about how that works, because you don't have to be in touch or interact with anybody. 5 easy payments of $219.80 if you're going with the manual. Power XR Plus, easy pay $331.80. But remember, if you are using your Q card today, you have 18 months special financing, like you pay cash, if you use your Q card today. Oh, and P.S., if you open up a Q card, folks, like you're hearing that and you're going, I want to spread it out over 18 months. Search Q card at QVC.com. Not only can you put this on the Q card immediately, we'll give you a $60 QVC account credit. And then what happens, right? They'll call you, and on your schedule, Molly will walk you through here, it's delivered right to your door or even inside your door.
Something we actually created with the QVC customer safety in mind. You're going to get a call in 10 business days. You schedule a date that works for you and tell them what door works for you, where they're going to bring it up to, they're masked and gloved, they're going to bring it up to that door or inside the threshold. So don't think that it's going to be left in the elements. And then they're going to take a picture as proof of delivery. You don't even have to touch the pen if you don't feel comfortable with that, Jen. And then once you have that, you take it out of the box. The back right here slides into the base like you're sliding in a drawer. And if it is that power option, you just go and you plug that in. It's a nice, generous 9-foot cord. So right here, we've actually run it under this couch. So don't think that it has to be with the power option right next to the wall, but it's a nice, generous 9-foot cord. You plug it in and then you just relax.
That is an easy command for me to follow. In fact, I was already a couple steps ahead of you. Here I am reclining in the red, and not just reclining, I am almost at a full horizontal as though I were lying in bed. And I know a lot of you actually don't just take your naps, but sleep overnight in this. Only here, let me do this just for a second. Here's my remote. This is the Power XR Plus that a lot of you are using as your choice today. I'm just going to tuck this remote down here and pretend I have no idea where the remote is, because I don't know of any remotes in my house that exist that I always know exactly where they are. Right? And I only have myself to blame because I'm the only one at home. Little button here on the side panel. When I press that button, oh, thanks guys. Do you hear that? The remote is beeping so that I can find it wherever it is, and all you need to do to stop it is press any single button on the remote itself. Here's the remote, which I used to recline, to raise my feet, And then, guys, can I just show you my favorite part of this? And it requires like a side shot of me, which you're doing perfectly there. I'm gonna hit the plus on the bottom button here. Do you see my midsection?